That wasn't enough. Hey, come on now. There we go. Also, good amount of money, too. Huh. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, I am streaming at heretofore unseen amounts of quality. So enjoy that, apparently. Anyway, what were we even talking about? Oh yeah, I'm doing a stream right now because I feel like streaming, basically. Found out that I'm going to be going back to work on Monday, which, yeah. So I got myself a couple Marges, as I like to call them. And I got myself a Noita, and maybe potentially some Dead Cells later on. And I got myself a couple. I mean, I literally have like a, I got one of, oh, dang it. I didn't even actually mean to go in there. Why can't you keep working from home? Because they wouldn't let me have a job if I said no. Ooh. Oh, I want to take that. Should I take that, though? If I get like a... I might come back in here or something. As it is, I think this is kind of the better option. Good. Good. And... could be better. That said, if I get enough money... Yeah. You refill their coffee, you know what I do for a job. You know the sinister things that I am required to... the sinister actions that I am required to perform as part of this job. Oh, man. Watch out there. Seriously, do they want lawsuits from passing around COVID to employees? Well, apparently they do not care. I'm not going to talk smack about my job, though. I'm going to have to delete this VOD immediately afterwards, in all likelihood. They're never going to know. Whatever. Oh, no, what happens if I get fired? I might have to go try and stream full-time. Anyway. Well, they're doing it anyway, so... Unless there's some physical paperwork, there is. Well, I mean, I can't get too far into exactly why and all that. Just go for it. Wow. That was amazing. Does streaming full-time even appeal to you? Yes. Well, I guess it wouldn't be streaming now, would it? It would be a lot of, like, the video making stuff. What do you think I've been doing when it comes to, like, working from home when I specifically do not have something to do? Making it so that I actually get episodes of Dead Cells out consistently on Wednesdays. Stuff like that. Good. And good. There we are. I assumed you watched YouTube. I can do both. I mean, did you think that I beat, like, the first chapter of Tower Climb because I wasn't playing that a lot in the past week or so? The uploads have been pretty frequent. I'm going to see if I can't continue to do that, but we'll see when I'm actually working full-time. There we are. Why work when you can climb towers? Climbing towers is work. Boy, the second chapter of that game does look like a nightmare, though, by the way. And by look like a nightmare, I mean everything that I've experienced with it so far seems to tell me that it is going to be a nightmare. Which should surprise nobody. Come on now. Doesn't do a lot of damage. It should do enough. There we are. What is your job? File clerk at a law firm, basically. So I do things that are related to law and filing. Files, for the most part, one could say. Oh, great, it's this guy. Ah, stop shooting me so much. It's very painful. Excellent. Still like to go up and get that one thing that gave me the need my Dead Cells content. Well, I don't really see why I couldn't continue to do Dead Cells twice a week. It's not like that's that taxing on myself. But, you know, it's like everything else. Stuff like prepping up Final Fantasies and tower climbs and the like does, on the other hand, take a little bit of doing to do. Caught max stats. It's a dumb bit that I did. I know, big surprise, me doing dumb bits. But, you know. I only still have more time to think about dumb bits that I can do, I suppose. Alright, that does increase Castellade. So I'm gonna not mess around with that. It's not too bad, though. And it is also no shuffle, so I'm gonna take that. And this has like a 1.5 second cooldown. Yeah, forget about that. Oh, Friday the 13th be wilding out. Today's been pretty fun. I got my nose pierced on both sides, but one of them wouldn't stay in, so I had to take it out. Got bit on a dog and almost lost my job. Yeah. That's how it happens. And I was just talking about how I got my job back in the more traditional form. As you do. Hooray. Friday the 13th. One of those rare times now, isn't it? Where it is Friday the 13th, and oh man. Excellent. Just get that gold right there, too. That was a good play. Good. Speaking of good plays, let's fight the monk. Let's fight that monk. Get rid of you. And then actually hit this thing so I can fight that monk. Anyway, was it a big bite? Yes, was it? That's a good question. Or was it just like a little nibble? Was it a tiny dog? Because if it was like a young dog, I can easily see that happening. I know it definitely does. There we go. A lot of oil around here, though, which is unfortunate, but okay. Yeah? By the way, I don't need, like, a fire potion. Unstable teleportatium I might use. Everything else should probably just fill this up with water. Okay. Half my hand is purple and one finger got kind of fucked up, but it's nothing I won't be able to take care of myself. Oh, man. That does sound kind of bad, though. I'm not gonna lie. Wow. Yeah, of course I got hit there. Okay, there we go. Doc confirmed for being lemony. It's true. I am. That's me. As long as the bite didn't break the skin or you had problems moving the finger, it should be fine. 7, but she's been vaccinated and everything, so we're all good. How did one finger get kind of fucked up? Was it just like, you know, well, actually, do I want to know? Maybe think about that. Well, make sure that you get it checked out if it needs to be. I don't want another person losing their foot on my stream. No, okay, not actually something that's happened, but it seemed like it might have been for a second there. A nice try. And personal gravity field plus return? I'll take return. I'll do some stuff with return. What's up with people in chat getting hurt in weird ways? I don't know. Comes with the territory, I assume. Give me that gold before it goes. Nice. What's up, Birdman? Hey, do I look like Michael Keaton to you? I hope so. He's a very handsome man. Bit through the skin next to my fingernail and tore a bit off, but it's not that deep or serious. Yeah, I mean, oh boy. To be honest, I do that to my own fingers all the time. So, probably okay. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, I'll take that, though. Ah! Cool. Oh, wait, no. I projectile spell, short circuit. Give it 1 second. Give it a couple more seconds than 1 second, then. Oh, I want to hit point left. Well, at least I got him. Yeah, that was unfortunate. Happens like that, though. Would you like to make a deal? What sort of deal are you planning to make? I'm a bit of a gambler. What are you saying right now? Just know that the deals you make with me might have a chance of not turning out in the way you think. Anyway, what is it? Unless there's money involved, then they'll turn out exactly the way you think. Because I like money. Nice. Not because the devil confirmed. Hey, there's a lot more like devils and or demons that are wheelers and dealers than just the Satan himself. Or I would say otherworldly. I might be some sort of like fae of the unseelie court or whatever. I will forego my Hobbit suggestions in exchange. You make stipulations to the Emberwind suggestion. No. All sales are final on game suggestions. As we learned what happened last time with you know, the thing. Risk of Rain 2. Okay, there we go. Took me a second. Worm pheromone. I want to get that worm pheromone. Drink it. You get like 10 minutes of worm. Not even entirely sure what Emberwind is, so I don't know. I do know what the Hobbit game is, however. Is that going to be good? I don't know. I got quite some time since I'm going to be playing, till I'm going to be playing it anyway. There's a lot of suggestions still out there to be doing. Final Fantasy is probably going to be wrapping up soonish, though. We're kind of deep in there now. Okay. Tower climb is going to be on the back burner continuously. I just recorded another episode of Omicron with second guy, like, before starting up this stream, so that's continuing to go. Game certainly isn't. Well, actually, the game is continuing to go. It's just not anywhere that's good. Still hasn't played Golden Light yet? That's not on the list. It's not on the list. Would have been good for like a one-off type of thing for the Halloween or whatever, but instead people wanted me to play Subnautica, which is apparently a horror game. Hey, come on, I should have hit that away. Confirmed for having lost his soul to Omicron. Yeah, that's literally what the conceit of the game... I actually had to explain that to the second guy in the latest episode, where it's like, no, that's actually what the game is. It is supposed to be... It's like, no, it's supposed to be like a video game player's soul. And I'm like, no, it's supposed to be my soul. And he's like, wait, what? There we go. Ah, you know what? Toss that down there. Second, is that just his name? Second guy? Always has been. Yeah, nice. Fortunately, I am now entirely immersed in fire. Ugh. It's okay, though. If you die in the game, your soul dies in real life. No, it goes to a different body. That's what it means to be the nomad soul. It's literally what it means by the nomad soul. If you think it means that you're not going to be getting mad, you are sorely mistaken. Thankfully, I did turn it down on easy difficulty, so it's really not that bad. The plot is, though, as we discussed in the latest episode. You have to be invested in this super... I am invested in the super elaborate story. Because my soul is, in fact, on the line there as part of the plot. It's actually not. The problem is that it's not that elaborate of a story. The problem is that it's not that elaborate of a story, especially now that they've kind of taken out like all of the characters and the entire setting and replaced it with demons or something? Whatever. Demons, they're evil. And you're just like, is that really the depth that we're going to be expecting from the storyline now? And the answer is yes. It's, boy, Omicron, man. So why was Tellus a demon? That was not Tellus. That was a demon taking her form in order to try and steal my soul again. You remember at the very beginning of the game, they attempted to steal my soul just immediately? Well, they retracked where Kale was and killed Tellus and took her form. You'll see that a little bit more in the next episode where more characters, where we see more demons, basically. Oh boy. I want to watch out for the Stavari. Yep. Or Stendari. Sorry, that's not the correct name. Marty is an Alex? What do you mean? Oh, so would you have fucked the demon at the start of the game instead of the real one? No, basically the last time we saw Tellus alive was probably when she was calling me on the sneak. And after that point, she was killed by a demon, and then the demon took her form. So no, I would have still had sex with Kale's actual wife when I still thought that he was Kale. Make no mistake on that. That is a thing that could have happened. That is a thing that absolutely could have happened, and David Cage loved that scene, so he wanted to have it happen. Yep, you can NT... And don't forget that it's like, you didn't know that Kale was dead at that time. And also, Tellus thought that you were Kale. So, you know, it's horrible in every way. It's just absolutely... Just do you want to live out your NTR fantasies? Well, David Cage got you covered. He's nudging you towards it, baby. Kayla's dead and Tellus could have gotten one more time with her husband. That's not a good way to think about that. I'm going to say right now. I will not allow that. Oh, man. Terrible. Yeah, but she doesn't know, so it's cool. No, it's not cool. Oh, wait, that's... Gotta actually have the mana for this. Right? That was the fake egg. That just messed up. Yeah, I know, right? Welcome to David Cage's wild, sleazy ride. I did not actually know you could do this. I looked at one of Fury Forged videos and he was talking about that, and I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't even think about doing that sort of thing. That's cool. Okay. Tells you a lot about David Cage, huh? Well, I mean, I think the thing that told you a lot about David Cage was when you saw all those dildos hanging from the ceiling. Really. I'm going to take the homing shots. Yeah, I mean, the other games did have more overt rape scenes. That's actually true. Allison in Heavy Rain. There was the very horrible scene that with Ellen Page in Beyond Two Souls, which is just horrible. It's not great. He's not a good person, though. We already know that. Like, he's also not just a bad director. He's also a bad person. We know this, though. Yeah, No, wasn't it like a... when she was homeless, basically. There was the guy that confronted her in an alleyway. And then you had to have Aiden, you know, stop the guy. But even if you don't, he just leaves. So, you know. At least there's that, I guess. It's horrible. Not a good item. I'll take it, though. It's all terrible, really. Good. Did anything like that happen in Fahrenheit? No, there was a sex scene, but you were just undead. You weren't like, there was nothing particularly evil that happened there comparatively. Man, always cast Dormant Crystal. With Trigger. I don't know what Trigger would do in this case. Linear Arc also does increase damage, so that's not horrible. Nah, I don't know. I think the Tellus thing is really direct for your control character for do. The other stuff is pretty on par for the course. The Tellus thing is really direct for your controlled character to do. The rest is on par when I'm concerned when writing a story. Well, as soon as we get a little bit farther into the actual, especially the actual like nomad soul parts of it, I think it gets a lot more morally questionable. No, oh no, he's got the wand. Well, that's not good. Don't you want to fuck hot zombies? I don't think. Okay, look, I'm gonna be real with you. Kane, whatever his first name is, I forgot what his name was. He's not that hot. Maybe that's just my coloring because of his actual character, but I assume there's some sanitary concerns. No. He's not a rotting zombie. He is he's a magic zombie. He's like an undead Superman, Ubermensch type of character. Totally different. Grabs a super powerful wand, then randomly teleports away. I mean, he doesn't randomly teleport away. That was because he bleeds teleportation. He's the teleportation master. So just by shooting him, he was going to teleport away, unfortunately. There's little I could do to stop him from doing that, except for maybe kill him before he did it. We'll see. As long as it doesn't appear near a bunch of other... well, he does summon enemies now, so that's cool. We're going to have to see how this works out, I suppose. I don't know if I should hang around in here for too long. There's an actual scene in the bar where she sneaks out some biker dudes. Was there... I don't even remember that scene. Wow. At least they toned it down for Detroit, but they toned down a lot of stuff for Detroit. I mean, that was one of the selling points of the game. That we're going to have David Cage being less of a horrible creative role compared to other times. A terrible person. Oh. Apparently, I guess apparently the enemies that were spawned were also friendly to myself, so... they just killed the guy that spawned them, which is pretty cool. This is, by the way, a bad idea. Don't do this, but I'm doing it. Yeah, I forgot with the homing, actually, the dormant crystals are going to be pretty effective. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is interesting. Uh-huh. I should probably stop doing this before it kills me. Yeah, okay, fine. Well. If it isn't Doc the Cock Firebird, why did I have to respond to that? Yeah, but why, though? Seems largely unnecessary. Great ideas. Unfortunately, it was a David Cage game. It wasn't the worst. Obviously, I think like the stuff with Connor and Clancy Brown. What is his character's name? I forgot. Was like genuinely pretty great, but it's like Marcus' storyline was fine. It wasn't anything really amazing, and of course the Kara storyline was awful. But we'll just that's the whole that's the whole thing. Whenever David Cage decides to go really, really in on a twist, it's bad. He loves going super in on a twist, as you know. What else are we looking at here? One deck projectile repulsion field. Sounds good to me. Anything else, though, that I even really want to do? Like, I kind of might want to come back and get this, but I don't know. Actually, how about instead I just... Like, that's not great, but it's not so annoying that I would hate using it. It is an increase in damage. I had, like, Bouncy Ball or something that would be better. What's the mana drain? 5 versus 20? Maybe I should actually go take this instead. Yeah. It's just how it goes. Just how it goes. Figure this out here. What are the streaming plans? Right now we're doing some Noita. I'm thinking maybe end up doing like some Dead Cells or something later. As it is, though, I got myself a couple of Margs, so I am downing those right now. I don't know if that's the best idea to start and do some Oh yeah, the homing actually makes this a little bit better, doesn't it? A little bit better. I'm not gonna say a whole lot. Okay, come on now. That wasn't even correct. Great, and you got me anyway. What, did you just eat those? Those are supposed to, cast something there. I don't drink, so I can only assume you mean margaritas. No, I'm drinking Marges. Yes, it's margaritas. What do you think? I have to leave for work in less than 2 hours, so I'm going to dip out, have a good stream, and hope you all have taken care of yourself. Yeah, I mean, I'm still fine, and I'm going to be taking all the precautions that I need to when it comes to going back to a job. It's just, man, There's a lot of good news coming out about, hey, Worm, there's a lot of good news coming out about, like, vaccines. You'd think they could wait at least a little bit longer. It's already been, like, 8 months. But I suppose not. I said I don't drink, so I was assuming. Well, I mean, that's a totally natural assumption, though. I wasn't making fun of you at all. Because I said it in a dumb way. You see, the bit was that I said it stupidly, so I tried to act like I didn't. And it was a totally normal thing that I said. How rude of you, Doctor Firebird. Indeed. I'm a rude, crude dude. Full of tude. Quite lewd. And also in the nude? Well, I don't have pants on. That is actually true. Are we talking about... What were we talking about? I forgot. There we are. Very nice. Your immune system and physical fitness is good, though, right? I mean, my immune system is great. My physical fitness is, well, I mean... Yeah, well, I mean, in these trying times, does anybody really have time for... I mean, like, oh, man, well... yeah, you know what I'm saying, though. Ah! Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah, right, I got, projectile repulsion, so it's actually very unlikely that it's going to be able to hit me. That said, I ain't going to test it. Okay. I should probably spray myself down here real quick. Time for YouTube is time for exercise. We're talking about your ass, right? Yeah, well, yes, I do have the dump truck ass, but I mean, you know about that. Fine. Whatever. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to be all like, hey, guys? Actually working pretty well. No, I mean, he's working kind of well. Like, come on, go down already. Yeah, slow-moving projectiles get affected by the homing a lot. But you got them matching garbage bag titties. Yeah. I mean, no. But kinda. Look, how about this? I mean, I can get myself fit for the new year or whatever. It's not the new year, but you know what I'm saying. It's not like it's even going to be all that difficult now that I'm back at work. I mean, the temptation to actually eat garbage is not really there because, well, I'm at work. I could probably do it. Hey, quit chilling there. There we go. Well, fine. What do you want to, like, we can do something about this. What is, like, the... I'm down with gamifying this as a thing. How is it going to work, though? Garbage bag titties, curse chat. Yeah, don't ask about it. It's horrible. Somebody referred to breasts as hefty, and I said that was a brand of garbage bags, and it went from there. That's basically all you need to know. Okay. Okay. And there's that worm. No, but ain't that worm again. Yeah, there might be more of an issue with the whole, like, going in cardinal directions than I thought. Is this thing, like, immune to acid? Huh, I didn't realize that. I mean, not immune to burning. And that's where I'm gonna get him. Anyway, it was a surprisingly quick explanation. I can do quick explanations for whatever you want. I just also need to, you know, extend it to an hour because the video's an hour long. Say that as if I can't do that. Right on fire. Quickly explain CBT. CBT is a pleasurable torture of the cock and balls, as it would say. Usually, and probably most commonly, in the form of stepping on them with shoes. Genitalia, that is. Male genitalia, specifically. Quickly explain Persona 5. Okay, so do you know the whole concept of, like, religion? And how, like, when you go to confession, you give your sins up to Jesus? Well, what if we made that entirely secular? And that's Persona 5. Alright, what else we got going on here? Not bad. I do... damn it! Who? Who, even? Is this... yeah... that's unfortunate. Also, I do want to go at least pick up this. And then definitely at least want to pick up this. And then put this in here. That didn't work out as well as I was hoping it would. Quickly. Okay, I think I actually got him. Good. There we go. Man, that is rough. Still, though, not quite what I'm looking for when it comes to anything right now. This ain't great at all. Oh, actually, yeah, I was gonna do this. Because this is not like a great combo, it's a fine combo, though. Yeah. Alright, let's get that slime blood then. Slime blood's a very good item if you don't know. Because it has a hidden stat of giving you like a huge amount of projectile resistance. Like 40% projectile resistance or something. Which is pretty nice. And very helpful when it comes to fighting almost anything in the game, really. That said, I am going to have to get something better than this by the next area. Glowing Lance, as much as I do really like it, it's not that good unless you get the good modifiers on it. Okay. Now, stop talking about Persona. What do you mean? Look, I was saying that it's like, you want to see me get hot and fit for the new year. I'm just saying, it's like, let's gamify it here. Like, what do I do if I lose? Give me something. Because I'm willing to put some stakes on the line. Or off the line, as the case may be. Good. I'm also on fire right now, which is not good. Come on. Okay. No, wait, that was a medic. Which, I mean, I can't really take advantage of right now, as it were, but still, no reason to kill those guys. One Punch Man workout? No, that's insane. That's for madmen. Also, didn't it cause him to go bald or something? Release the forbidden content if you lose. Like what? The sandwich VOD? The drunken dead cells? Oh, homing actually doing me dirty. Usually it doesn't. Yeah, it's been pretty good so far. Come on now. There we go. Man, what is even going on down there? Well, infighting, but you know what I mean. Yeah. It's pretty good. Okay, if you fail your weight loss in the new year, you gotta show us your hefty bags. Yeah, what? I gotta show you. I gotta get like a shot of my chest. That would probably be a good reason not to do that. To actually commit to doing that. To not fail that. Chest cam? I don't know if Twitch would allow that, even if it is male chest. I feel like they would probably be like, no shirt, no shoes, no service. The donations would roll in. No, they wouldn't. They'd roll on out and to someone else. It's lightning. It's electric. Okay. As much as I don't really want to die doing that, it is more than a real possibility. There we go. Soak me up, daddy, and then get on with this here. You gotta do face cam for one screen, for one stream. I mean, you know, that would probably be, yeah, that would also be a thing that would do it. Okay, fine. If I fail at weight loss, I will do actual for real face cam. Now we got to come up with some sort of like, you know, what is going on here? Let this go down. Yeah, what the hell even? I mean, I know how it works. It bounces off of walls, but still. The endless thoughterly that goes unbaited on the site means that you'll be fine. Don't get me wrong. If I had the style, I would join in on that, but I don't. But anyway, what were we talking about here? Just like a multicast? No. All right. God. Oh, got him. Okay. Hate that. It wasn't even my fault. Anyway, could be okay. I mean, I don't hate it. Also, like, for real, this is not a bad wand either. So maybe I'm just going to go... it's not good enough, though. I need something a little bit better than that. What are we looking at, though? Ooh, perk lottery. That's what I'm looking at. Nice. Nice. Ah, dang. I was hoping to get both. Ah, well. If I got both, that would have been pretty good. But I go nuts for thoughterly. What was I going to do here? I want to know, and I want to show you. 11 capacity is pretty good, and I do like unstable crystal and everything, but is it worth it? Watch free porn like a normal person. I do! That's a lie. I don't. But we won't even get anywhere with that. What was I talking about here? I've just super forgotten. Can I just post a picture of the dude who beats his robot wife and smokes meth in Detroit Become Human? Because that's basically me at this point. You talking about Todd? I love Todd. Todd's my favorite character in that game. He's fucking ridiculous. And then he actually gets a redemption arc at the end, which is amazing. Why did he need a redemption arc of anyone? Oh, man. What a fucking weird decision on their part. Yes, this is the guy that we gotta give, like, the special attention to explain why he's such a bad person. Oh, man. He did change his ways, I guess. But his ways were stupid. He had some real stupid ways. Like, the robots. Just the robot. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. We can't get to that, though. We can't just talk about this forever. As much as I maybe... I'm still surprised that people chose Omicron over, like, you know, Fahrenheit, for example. Oh. Because don't get me wrong, Omicron's got some shit in it, but, like, think about, like, the 50% mark of, yeah, just a person. Yeah, that's true. It wasn't a bunch of people. But you know what I mean. Fahrenheit is only fun if you don't know the twist. And guess what? Second guy doesn't know the twist for any of these games. He barely knows who David Cage is. That was his real reaction to learning the kind of like first act twist of Omicron just by itself. I made sure because if I was going to get anything out of the game, I want that. And it was good. I don't know either. Good. Don't find out in case I actually end up doing that game eventually. It's not really so much a twist, but it's more like a there's like a change in style of the game, because I want to say you knew what was happening. You knew what was happening. Don't tell me you didn't know what was happening. The writing was on the wall, but then, you know. Well, anyway, we can't get into that, though. I don't think it was supposed to be unexpected, is what I'm trying to say. Good. Good. Things take so much damage resistance. I hate it. Oh, you know what? I'm out of here. I don't even want to deal with those guys, especially now that I'm poisoned. Now then, anything fun here? Well, fun. Have I done Circle of Fire yet? Let me take a... No, I haven't. Okay, I'm gonna have to grab that one. Can't forget. Cannot forget. Yeah. I got hit by a piece of rock. Oh, he didn't actually die there. Well, that sucks. Well, I'm at least getting this for one. Good. And that is some progress, at least. I also got small magic guard. Apparently I had big magic guard, but not small. Huh, weird. And then there's Circle of Fire. Good. Okay, speaking of adaptations, an amazing movie, and I suggest to anyone. I've heard good stuff. Stupid fish, get out of the way. Yeah, that's basically what I wanted to do. I don't know if it's quite as much as I was hoping for, but it's something. Okay, in the meantime... I maybe could also go for a couple more Circles of Fire. Yeah. I can probably actually use that. Did the writing on the wall say we're literally jeopardizing our soul in the video game? I mean, they said that at the very beginning of the game. That's Omicron, though. You're not jeopardizing your soul in other games, after all. Now, what's the easiest way to get through this? All right. I mean, the easiest way to get through this is to try and snipe the... guy so he can't kill me. Oh, okay, what were we talking about here? I have this. Wait, did the Stavari die? Because something's bleeding bone dust down there, it looks like. No, I don't know what that is. And then some kind of explosion. I would prefer not this kind of explosion, if I'm being honest. Just keep shooting it in there. I mean, I do have stuff to dig. It's true. Is that enough? How is not enough? Yeah, that ain't really doing too much of anything to him now, is it? Oh, damn it. That's not what I wanted. That works, though. I'm out of here, baby. Well, that sucked. Also, the game's kind of chugging a little bit for... Usually don't get this bad. Probably it has something to do with the way I'm recording it now and not much higher quality than I have been doing before. I don't know why those things aren't really working outside of their area. That's weird. Wait, is that the swapper mage? No, that's one's got like the one eye. Okay, yeah, that's the one that gives me twitchy. That's okay. I can deal with that. Okay. I'd highly recommend you save and quit real quick. Yeah, let's give it 1 second here. See if there's something else that's about to be going on. Chundering, as you do. There's a monk. Alright, don't get twitchy forever. You want to make sure that I don't accidentally blow up something, though, next to me. This is not working out as well as I was kind of hoping it would. Yo, if I'm being real with you. Come on. Yeah, this is not like a... I need a better build than this. This build kind of sucks. I'm going to be real with you. I mean, it's acceptable. Glowing Lance is a good item, and double Glowing Lance also works pretty well, but I want to be able to cast like 7 Glowing Lances at this point is a problem. There we go. Anyway. Ooh, you gotta watch out for that. And those. Alright. He let you out? He did not let me out. I can guarantee right now that nobody done let me out there. Let myself out. My mad skills. There we go. My dog probably won't be talking that much. I'm going to sit and enjoy the stream. It's been an okay stream so far. Mostly talking about Omicron and like David Cage games and how I don't like them. I mean, that was... watch out. I mean, that was probably the reason why I ended up playing that game in the first place after all, now isn't it? Okay, I don't hate this. Dang. Kind of hoping to get the explosion in there. And not the explosion on me, which is about to happen right now. Oh man, it's really chundering right now. Jesus, what is going on? It's gotta be the streaming setup, because it has not been this bad before. Now, I would like to shop there if you don't mind. Actually, I don't think I can afford it. Which is too bad, because there's some good stuff. Yeah. Excuse me. No, not the robot. I hate the robot. It's my least favorite kind of robot, that one. Yep, I think this runs over. Anyway. Come on. Don't jump. Come on. Yep, there we go. Oh, man. Mulkio. It was Mulkio that got me. Oh, man. That sucks. I was going pretty good, though. Let's switch over to a different game here. Scary spot. Yeah, I know. I want some tower climb. Just because I'm still working on that. After all. Tangle Deep? We could do some Tangle Deep. We can complain more about that, sure. Let's do a little bit of this first, though. It's one word. I know it's one word. Gotten past segmentation plant? No. It's very difficult, as I'm sure you're more than well aware. I mean, I've got like a good... I've got like a good progress into the segmentation plant. Changing all of these settings. There we go. Mulkio got you. I mean, every single time, Mulkio always gets me. It's the worst. Did you finish the Final Fantasy that you were doing the perk request? That's getting to the end. It's not quite there yet. We probably got like two-ish more episodes left. Final Fantasy 6. But, like, yeah, there's a little bit. Why is it called that? Because it segmentates your body? I got no idea. Like, yeah, I got kind of a basic idea of how to deal with, like, a lot of stuff at the beginning. For example, blow up one of the spike things so that you can get some spikes. The spikes are good. They're throwable objects, as you know. And there's those things which... have the potential of having a corrosive flask in them or a berry. One is better than the other. Right. Gotta watch out! Nah, I didn't need to do that. Come on. I think I can probably manage this jump. Though it's kind of questionable. My friend's game dev groups in joke goes, is this Nidhogg? I said that early on when I was playing the game, because it does sort of have that... I survived. It does sort of have that feeling to it, doesn't it? Just in the sense of being very low poly. Now, what is the best way to even approach this? I think I'm actually just going to go with this. Okay. Well, that's something at least. You're playing up default controls? Oh yeah, no, I know. I've done it before. Didn't I do it in the last video? I thought I did at least once. It's just I usually don't care too much because whatever. Ninja rope would be great here. I've seen that item like once. The adhesive berry. Yeah. It is a thing. I did. Come on. You indeed showed the video, the inventory last video. Yeah, I thought so. Ah. This is still real annoying. Anyway, give me them spikes. All right. Guess I'm fucking blind then. And that's what that looks like. Does not hurt you, much like a regular corrosive potion. But it ain't great. Ah, this is not a good position to be in. Yep, no, it's definitely not. Should just restart this one at this rate. Nope, nah. Of course, I almost had the C jump there. That would have worked out just fine. You can catch the corrosive pots when they've come out. I was wondering about that because I do know you can do that when they're underwater, but I mean, like, good God, do you gotta really time that one good? It's, it ain't easy. Okay. Yep, tried it there, didn't get it. Tried it there, couldn't get it. That's a tricky maneuver. Wow, this area sucks, you're telling me. Oh, yeah, forget, the explosion is actually an explosion, too. And I'm dead. The explosion is an actual explosion. It does destroy blocks next to it, so that's unfortunate. I got this, though. It's not the worst. I probably just need to actually use a few more resources than I would like to. Yep. Yep, okay. Wait, what? That was enough to kill me? Oh, come on. Didn't even get my spikes this time, which would really come in handy right here. Come on, why does it have... like, if you're on the side of that, that shouldn't hit... Nah, of course not. Man! Jump difficulty compared to the previous levels is huge. Well, I mean... it's like, not a surprise, though. Chapter 2 seems to be one for people that really mastered the first chapter, and I kind of expected that to happen like that anyway. Didn't even get the berry. Would really like the berry, by the way. Just saying. How am I even going to approach this without dying, basically, is the real concern. Got it. Ah, dang. Got it, lost it. Let's at least see what would have happened if I got up here. Not too much, it seems. Oh, boy. That's a fun glitch, by the way. In case you haven't seen it. I guess I'm not really going to be getting anywhere this one. When are you going to die at 69 feet when I actually get there, I guess? Oh, boy, as it is, though. What level am I at right now? 6908. Probably wouldn't even be all that difficult. Something to think about. Got it. Dang it. I was hoping that it wasn't going to send like a salvo of 4 spikes at me, but that's exactly what happened. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, huh? I don't know why I didn't see that coming. It is entirely consistent with what has been happening up until this point. Come on. Nope, I'm gonna die if I go up there. Unless, let's see if I can't make this really tricky jump. Nah, I threw it upwards instead of downwards. That was my mistake. All right, come on. I got this. Got something I can blow up easily for some spikes. No, I didn't quite angle that correctly. And now I'm out of corrosive potion. Well, that's not great. Is there anything I can do here? I don't think so. All right. So be it. Couldn't jump up there fast enough. I don't think you can jump up there fast enough, if I'm being honest. Whatever. Just take me down to Paradise City. Because this ain't going nowhere, baby. Man. Game is getting pretty rough at this point, which is the unfortunate thing that I couldn't just say, hey, I beat Chapter 1, I win. Okay. Hey, that's nice at least. I am 15% sorry. I mean, you knew this was a challenge platformer from the beginning. The cards were stacked there, baby. But it doesn't mean that I can't be mad about it. I, of course, didn't know what it was. Okay, good. Nope. Nothing. Just, God, this is such a... it's invulnerable. Well, this is not worth going down for. And then I died anyway. Why does it do it like that? All right, come on. Let's do this. Nice sensual donkey. Welcome back from the forbidden stream that will never exist. I still got it. Still got it on the computer, baby. Okay. No, I shouldn't have used it there. And also I should have watched out for that. It's so hard to not tunnel vision in this area in particular. This game did not really teach you not to do that, is the thing. This is a very different kind of... Like, having to watch out above you like that is so different compared to the other stuff that they were having you do. That said, I can deal with it. It's just gonna take some time. It ain't gonna be easy. Good. Glad I got that before it was gonna be destroyed. Now, yeah. That lava block does explode, by the way. I hate you for doing that. And moments before disaster, the disembodied head of Paul McCartney comes to delete your channel. I mean, I don't know if it would be the disembodied head of Paul McCartney. I want to say, like, Strawberry Fields Forever was probably more of a Lennon joint, right? Oh, okay. Well, there's one. Should have went to at least got that gold berry, but I don't know. Let's go. I mean, look, if I actually put up that video due to ill-advised bets that I'm making over here, it's like, by the way, what should the bet be exactly? We didn't. I mean, we kind of like talked about that a little bit, but not enough. Like, what's like the win and lose conditions of that? Are you trying to catch the corrosive parry? Haven't been doing it enough, at least. I'll say that. Okay, okay. It is actually an actual corrosive pot, by the way, which is, it's silly. I have got it before, but like I said, it was underwater and the like before, which made it, which made kind of a difference. Is there any way that I'm gonna... Nope. Oh, this is really rough. As a person who's bad with platformers, this is horrible to play. If you're bad with platformers, man, oh god, it's pretty bad. It would be pretty bad. Hey. Oh, and then I walked right into the laser, of course. Hey, Witch, I'm back. Bye, Boomerang. Oh, well, there's the first area. Okay. Double jump doesn't really help too much here because it's a downward section, but you know what? It's good anyway. Oh, come on, not right in the laser. Nah. What was that? What do we got? What do we got? Might be able to figure out. There's that at least. Mm-hmm. Okay. Good. Oh, but you died, so whatever. Yeah, I mean, it's not like the boomerang was going to be too helpful there or anything anyway. I'll take the spring. Spring might actually be good. What's not good is this death block here, because, like I said, that will kill you. It does explode. Into a pretty big shower of... Good. Into a pretty big shower of, Hey, nice. Well, boots I don't like as much. Why did I do that? At least this is mostly a friendlier area than... What do I even want to do here? I'm gonna take a berry. Right. Ah, damn it, I'm just trying to get the right combination of stuff. Combination of jumps and leaps and everything to be able to dodge this stuff, which is not Wait, I'm gonna die here. Unless... Oh, almost worked. I almost got that one. Come on. This is very... If I jump on this, will it explode? It will. And then the other one will, it seems. Oh my god. Even larger than I expected it to be. Oh, if they just give me like a clear shot up, I'd be okay with that too. Really? Yeah? Anything gonna appear above me? 'Cause I'm okay with this. Alright. Okay. I think I might be able to swing this one. It ain't gonna be easy. Okay, good. That's pretty alright. Forgot about the one above me. Bye, gloves. Greed chest. Yeah, it was the greed chest. It got me. I didn't even get the thing inside of it anyway because of how this game works. Okay. I'll take all three then. Can't go for one more, otherwise my heart will explode, which is bad. Okay. You made it to the door. That doesn't mean anything. You die in one hit! Okay. Good. Come on. Oh, there's a combiner guy. I'm not even gonna worry about his stuff. Okay. Oh, false advertising, you're going down instead of up. Hey, it's called climb. You can climb down. How am I gonna do this one? Like this. This seems kind of rough. I'm not gonna lie. Nice corridor of death. Is that not usually how that spawns? Because should have probably just used the corrosive potion there. Okay. Oh, good start at least. Still try and blow that up. I'm gonna try and blow that. Ah, dang it. Nope, got scorched. Would have corroded a path below. Yeah, probably a better idea. Trying to save on to some of these things because if this area is pretty rough, there's a spike underneath it. Okay, well, because if this area is pretty rough, I don't really even want to imagine what else is going on in Tower Climb version 2.0. Probably didn't want to actually take 2 teleport potions there. Would have also probably been a good way to deal with that one area, but that's kind of how it goes. Good. What's gonna be the best way to do this? Like this. Nope, not like that. I grabbed onto the wall instead of standing on top of the thing. I saw the thing there. It's just ah! I did it for the most part too. You know what? Let's just save up enough for a revive potion a little bit later on. Sea jump. Greed chest. I don't think that one was. God, what am I even gonna do here? Just book it, I guess. Come on, come on. Nope. You didn't have any safe spot located? I did. Now, what do we got here? Nope. 2 areas that are going to kill me. This, which I'm not a fan of. See, that's what I wanted to do. There we go. Sea jump, just like that. That's a greed chest that I can't actually take. Good. I was kind of risking not being able to have having a thwomp fall on my head immediately, but worked out actually. Yeah. Oh, this one's pretty rough. I can't bait it. There we go. No, he was right there. Come on. I was pressing up. No, yeah. Tell me I don't have a plan. Clearly I know what I'm doing when it comes to doing this. It's the execution that kind of leaves some to be desired, which is the problem. Is there any way that I can get on the wall from here? Yes, like that. Come on. Give me the berry. Give me the berry. Good. Not the best. It's working though. Okay, I believe you. See? The execution is the difficulty. You gotta pull off some pretty tricky sea jumps in this game. Yeah, that's also like not a great combination of stuff at all. But if you can do it, you can do it. Gotten a lot better? Well, yeah, I mean, I don't want to look like I don't want to look the fool in front of the chat after all. Yes, I did actually manage to get that. Good. I was worried there for a second, legitimately, that I'm just like, I'm gonna have to make like some real snap judgment. Can I get this? Yes. Okay. Yep. Okay. Nothing. Good. And a bomb. Cool. Good. Now where's the door? The other side, I guess. Oh, this is gonna take a second, but like, see? Fuck! Fucking fuck! I'm mad. I was just holding right and looking at chat and gesturing to myself here. But I was gonna say, it's like, hey, I got through without losing a life. And boy, did that just like, yeah. Got it. Yeah. Oh, wait, I actually do want to stand on this. Okay. There you go. See? I got these moves. It's kind of dead cells it up, you know? Okay. That actually works just fine. Okay. Nope. Don't want to die there. Okay. I didn't actually see that one. I was too focused on trying to get some sweet, Wait, what? Oh, there was another laser there. The distortion effect from the water is not great. All right. Can I get some spikes around here? Not easily. Yeah. I don't think that I can make any jumps or like do anything with these swamps here, so yeah, unfortunately. Would have had to have at least one of those be a berry, but I guess it wasn't in my favor to have that happen now, was it? All I needed was one of those to be a berry, and I wouldn't have had to use a potion, but whatever, I guess. I mean, I could maybe try and get that one. I don't know if it's a good idea, though. Okay. This should be safe, right? Okay. Ah! 1 second. 1 second is all I needed. Second one, at least. And there's nothing over here. Come on. God, there's just nothing. There's a bad layout here. Okay. There we go. Are you enjoying the game? I'm enjoying it well enough. It's still real rough. Like, I think it's kind of the same thing as, like, Okay. I think it's kind of the same thing as playing, like, yeah, of course. Celeste, where it's just like, you know, I like it. I like the game, but boy, am I not going to be playing that one, like, a second time. I've still avoided doing the, Chapter 9 for that. Of course. Damn it. Like, I was too much of a risk, and I took it anyway, and paid for it. And then I didn't notice there was a laser there. As you do. Once you learn it well, figure out how to manage things, it becomes easy and natural. Yeah. I mean, I can imagine. It's like, certainly the rest of the game was the exact same way. It's just... Man, oh man, there is... the amount of moving parts here, I think is the best way to describe it, is something. Okay, good. The game up to this point is the tutorial. Yeah, I kind of had the feeling that it was that sort of game, especially the first time that I saw the segmentation plant. That said, I got the first part of the game pretty well down at this point, so... Yeah. I think I'm well prepared for this. It's just... Usually I'm better at being able to see those. It's Just this one is pretty rough nonetheless. Kind of game as you do. Truly the Dark Souls in the dog. C jump. And get that thing to come down. And I guess probably not have that one come down, right? How else am I going to actually approach this, though? Nope. I wasn't entirely sure, but I was also willing to try it to see if I could actually get the... To see if I could actually get that... Oh, good. As a jump. Ain't the easiest. Wait a second, what am I even doing? You know how these things work. Yeah. I tried. It was a bad idea, but it's just like, I climbed up it not even thinking. It's like, yeah, that's the one that explodes. I forced him to play this game, yeah. By the way, Tobash, you the one that does all of the speedruns of this game and everything? I was looking at the YouTube listing for... Yep, okay, I thought so. Because I was looking at the YouTube listing for Tower Climb to be like, hey, is there anybody else who was playing this game recently? And it's just like, I did see your name come up a lot. So yeah, go follow Tobash if you're interested. I obviously didn't watch anything because I'm trying to keep myself not spoiled. But it does look like there's at least a community out there. Okay. Oh, this sucks, though. I can try something here. Like, to be honest, I'm just going to do it like that. Watch a cheap Chapter 1 speedrun. Yeah, but come on. It's like, needless to say, I think if you're going to be watching anything, you probably want to watch Chapter 2 stuff. Okay. Okay. The laser. You know, I got everything. I got, like, the thwomps and everything almost down. It's just... Man. Good. And now I can get over there safe enough. Yeah, good. Okay. Okay. I just walked right into that. I thought I was gonna climb on the wall. That's what I thought was gonna happen, and it didn't happen like that. Okay. There. This game makes me anxious just watching it. It makes me anxious playing it. Probably could have used whatever was in there, but also, like, staying on the lookout for lasers. Yeah? Not the best. Also not the best, but I'm making it happen. Good. Good and good. Okay. I thought I was on the edge. Damn it. I don't need 3 of the... These are my berries wrong. Okay, okay. I do like that it is perfectly timed if they are just like that distance apart to do that. It's not like it really matters too much, but yeah, I'm gonna die if I do that. Not like it really matters too much, but the fact that it can just like snipe its own blocky brethren is nice. I somehow used my berry. That's not great. Okay. Okay. And okay. Now, too focused on the spikes. Too focused on the spikes. Then, whenever I do like a blind jump like that, I really gotta pay attention to it a lot more than I have been. It's gonna be like kind of a number 1. Is there even any point in getting that knocked down? Yeah, there is. Come on. Good. Because I can do this then. Okay. Good. Don't go for this one. Go for this one. This one. Okay. Not great. Might be able to at least get this. It's nothing, though. And I still have not gotten the catching down. I don't know what I'm going to do here. No, I panicked and I messed up every single jump that I possibly could have. This is what I wanted to do, but then I jumped right into the laser. Not that run was going much of anywhere anyway. Come on. Still gonna try to bump. If I get like an easy, that was a start. Still gonna be trying to get some of those spikes is what I was gonna say. When I had to be like, nope. Getting out of here now. Oh, yeah. I was gonna try and time the jump for a second, but quite work out in that way. See if I can make something without using a berry, but still the spike's a little bit too long. How are we gonna do this? Nope. I tried to make it happen. It did not. Okay. Let's get the jumps right. It'll work. Come on. I think I might have something here. It's not... Yeah, especially that happening is not great. All right. Whatever. That last run wasn't really going too much of anywhere anyway. 1, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. Let's go. Baiting crushers while on the wall is generally ill-advised. I've done it. I think I can do it especially if it's kind of a throwaway run like that. There, actually used it as a wall. Anything else I can even do over here? No, it actually looks like very poor. Oh, this is like some very bad terrain. Well. Yeah, just end it right now, I guess. Come on. See if I can at least, like... Not right now. I don't actually know what the best thing to be making with that guy is. Not that I have any items anyway. But... like, I've seen a decent amount of the recipes, however... I've seen a decent amount of the recipes and everything that you can make, but I don't really know, like, what the best stuff is for that. Not that you can really get too much of anything as far as any sort of resources go at this point in the game. Maybe as you get a little bit farther into it, but I don't know. Certainly nothing I've been able to see. Come on. Get me somewhere here. And it does seem to be a totally viable strategy to just scale the wall. You'll be able to craft with some spikes or some corrodes. Yeah, but like, what's the best thing? I know if you got like a... I know spike plus... I know spike plus crate is like a spear, which is pretty good. But... you said don't do it, but I wanted to do it. Spear is easily the best item in the game, so I've seen. What I should have did was I should just use the jump air to jump up on top of it from that point. And there goes a boomerang. I should probably go get it, but it's also like, whatever. I'm here. Do I usually go shield or shieldless runs in casual? I usually go with shield. Shields are great. I mean, they just are. They have so many useful things, even just carrying them. That's kind of my major preference when it comes to runs. Okay. Feels like carrying a shield makes you lose out on DPS. It depends. Well, like on what sort of thing you're using for like DPS. If you're like using a Hokuto's bow, absolutely. You're going to be losing out on a lot of DPS. However, shields can also do a decent amount of DPS, especially if you're against like the second tier bosses, like the not the hand, the timekeeper and the timekeeper and the giant are both very weak to shields. They have a lot of very parryable attacks, and you can do a ton of damage, especially in like the timekeeper fight when you get like those 5 shuriken thrown at you. I don't even know what I was thinking there. You should carry melee with a shield. Yeah, I usually go sword and board, but it can work well either way. Well, no, I wasn't talking about the spear. I was talking about the spear being the best item in this game, not in War Spear, not so much. Flawless is okay though. Well, that's a good item still. Okay, that was a corrosive pot anyway. Oh. You know, if you could get crates in here, maybe like using crates to fly up on top of lasers could be a strategy. I don't know how good of a strategy, but I don't know, it could be something. Do you usually play range with shield, like ice shards, electric whip? I mean, I think it works out well because after all, you do have good ammo management when it comes to using a shield, because when you parry an enemy, it will release all the arrows on their personage. But I do think that it depends on what you want to do. It's like, do you feel confident in your ability to parry? Then yeah, I would suggest a shield. If you don't, and you don't just want to use it for like that momentary invincibility when you get hit, it's like, yeah, probably want to instead take like a ice shards or even frost blast. People did make... Damn, it didn't even get... That wasn't even close. People did make a pretty good case. Just end it right now, I guess. People did make a pretty good case for a lot of the stuff with end it. People did make a pretty good case for a lot of the stuff with using Frost Blast in the last episode. Although I would say it's probably mostly for early game stuff if you're not really used to a lot of stuff in Dead Cells. But I still think it's a quite good. Still think it's a quite good combination. Hey, you're still streaming? Yeah, I'm trying to make my way into the segregation plant. That's not what it's called. But, and I'm getting somewhere. Just not as far as I'd like to. This part of the game is real tough. Margs are probably not helping, but you know, when would they? Yeah. Yes, the racist plant. Well, there's nothing here, by the way, which is not great. Should have used the... whatever, just go. Blow that up, maybe I can get some spikes. Well, I might also just die from this. No, good. Does double spikes do anything? I guess that's a combination I haven't actually tried, despite the fact you... Yep. Next level is a slight chill pill from this one. I don't know, man. I've seen this game. It seems like it don't really matter too much as to what level you're at. They all can be horrible nightmares. I guess I appreciate the fact there aren't a whole lot of like level events and everything happening right now, but it's still not great. You get a whole lot of level events in Chapter 2, or is that mostly a Chapter 1 thing? I'm actually genuinely wondering now. Okay. What you got? Not what I wanted. This is a combination of stuff. No, I don't even. There's a single random event. Man, they really cut that out as far as Chapter 2 goes. Of course, it's like, what are you gonna do to make this harder? What do you need to do to make this harder? It's already pretty rough as it is. Okay. And is there... Just gonna go for it. No. That seems like just ill-advised at any point in time, but I wanted to see if I could at least maybe try and do it. There you go. That's the sort of baiting that I can do well, at least. Also, said event isn't objectively more difficult. I mean, you know, the water event certainly also apply. That was just a bad jump. Oh, man. Developer reaches through your computer screen and punches you in the dick. That's how they can make it more difficult. I mean, this is, you know, I knew when I had this game described to me that it was going to be like your a challenge platformer, basically. So it's like, what can I even say? I knew what it was going into this. Just still, as always, I have to be true to my word. My word is my bond and all that. I gotta. Come on. Got both of them. Nice. I didn't drop down fast enough. Of course, I don't know. I wouldn't have been able to get back in there otherwise. Whatever. It's probably not that bad of a thing. Thanks. Come on. Oh, that was kind of rough. Thread that needle and fall against the wall, which is not what I want to have happen. Cool. That's okay, though. Well, at least I'll be prepared for the witch appearing in later areas, which is good, but still also, like, not super great. It depends on what I happen to see in this next area. I feel like in general, the surprise boxes are a lot friendlier. Well, that was a bad go. I didn't think I was going to fall off the platform was a thing. Okay. Still got me anyway. Okay, let's go. Directional input can affect tumbling? Oh, can it? I didn't actually know that. Wasn't even on there fast enough. Okay. Getting kind of like, problems happening with the sticking onto walls like that. Getting kind of the problems happening sticking on walls. Yes. This is all the words that I wanted to say. Hey, a seed. That might actually be kind of useful. That said, I'm gonna have to get to a point where it might be useful. Got it? Got it. I'm not an English major. That's a different streamer you're thinking of. Okay. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Yeah. Let's go. Ah, it's kind of rough though. Let me spike. No, I pressed the wrong button. Damn it. What even was your major? Ah, don't worry about it. Well, you can figure it out if you follow the clues. Of course. I'm gonna start out immediately with that, eh? Is there even anything to pick up? Nope. Didn't blow up anything of use. Psychology then? Nope. I feel like you mentioned it very recently. Nope. I have definitely never mentioned it. Okay. I'm gonna have to watch out for that, though. Ah! Getting stuck on the walls. Oh, because of cognitive behavioral therapy. Yes, can't beat this syndrome. I mean, it's enough. Okay. Yes, I'm a doctor, but of what? Sick beats? It's impossible to tell. Man, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I feel like this is kind of a bad layout. And then I pressed the wrong button. Alright, how am I gonna do this? Yeah? Yep, I knew if I saw a potion come out of there, I'm just gonna go. The wall climbing kind of did me in there again. Just too bad. Philosophy major who changed courses and just became a general history major like junior year. No! You're not gonna find out either. Yeah, no, that wasn't. That was ill-advised entirely. Really. Okay. Well, I guess that's fine. He never said anything about my engineering comp, so he's got to be an engineer. I didn't say anything about that. Well, dropped right into that laser. Tibbled. Okay. Fun fact, knitting ladies love using the term naughty, so there's tons of pins and stuff that say feeling naughty, but you can't tell if it's furry or a knitter. I mean, that's a very specific type of furry, anyway. Like, a dog penis is a dog of a different color, after all, than usual other genitalia, even in the animal kingdom. There we are. Not civil engineering. That's right. I've been engineering this stream using all the knowledge that I gained during my tenure as a civil engineer. You are all but pawns in my deadly game of cat and mouse. How am I gonna do this, though? This is a pretty... I mean, it's a pretty rough jump. I think I can... Just try it. Nope. I jumped into the laser. Oh, and then I didn't do it anyway. That's what I meant to do, by the way. Okay. How many bridge collapses were you responsible for? What do I look like, the Mothman? No, just someone who has no business as a civil engineer. What do you mean? You don't think that I wouldn't be a good bridge man? That was close. I think I would be able to build bridges, both in the figurative and literal sense. Very well. Yeah, I panicked and I did the wrong thing. Okay, Yeah, give me some stuff. Of course it does. Plenty of engineers make less than 100K. I mean, the other thing is that you would assume that your assumption is that I would ever be able to get a job that would require an interview. Damn it! Okay, well, at least I got one. Still can't catch any of those things. I don't know what the deal is. Oh, come on. I was on the side of it and clearly on the top, too. Okay. Now, that shouldn't have been high enough. Okay. So when's a run of Polybridge? Well, I mean, unless somebody suggested Polybridge. We've done enough tower climb for right now. How about we instead do something else of interest? Something that you might be fairly interested in right now, perhaps. I don't actually know. A different game. A game that might not even... you might not have expected at all. And is not being captured by the... Come on now. Certainly you should be able to, capture this, right? All right, fine. Well, I can figure this out then. Give me 1 second. All right. Want to try this out then? Let's see what we got. Because I got no idea what this game is. It's weirdly zoomed in. No, I mean, this is totally normal for me.
Welcome to the small town of Hollyville. My name is Lainey, and I'm here to show you the ropes.
Hi, Lainey.
Looking around is pretty easy. You can use the right mouse or the keyboard's cursor or W, A, S, and D keys. You can also zoom in and out using the mouse wheel or the R and F keys. In front of you, there is a small grid upon which you can place buildings. Those buildings are determined by a series of cards. Let's draw some now and get started. That will do nicely.
Okay. What's this, Penny Arcade knockoff style? I don't fucking know. This is another one of the games on the list.
At the top here is
You
the
understand.
next card in your build list. It's a school, pretty useful. On the card is a small 3x3 grid with a building icon in the middle. This displays the building's effect on its adjacent tiles.
I assume like good and bad? Sure.
Blue squares represent +1 point, so the school will give +1 points to the tiles immediately adjacent to it.
Schools are useful. Get out of here, Pink Floyd.
With a card selected, you can now place it. Notice how the blue highlights represent the area effect as displayed on the card.
Okay.
Let's put the school here. You'll notice there are now some plus score markers on the empty tiles that were affected by the school. If we place point collecting buildings on those positive scoring tiles, we'll get points. It just so happens the next card in your build list is a houses card. By far the most common point collecting building. Notice how it tells you on the card if the building collects points or not. So let's get some points.
All right.
Great! We now have 1 point due to the combination of the school's area effect and the house.
Oh, I should probably actually change the name of the game here, too. You know, to be honest, considering the name and everything... Considering the name and everything of the game, I was kind of expecting it to be more of like a
target to reach for each column.
I don't know, like a
Currently,
SimCity type of deal, but it does seem to be more of a card game, which is why I thought that was relevant to the conversation at hand.
In order to fulfill that target for each column, we need to use a combination of buildings that affect their surroundings and point-collecting buildings.
That said, I still think it is very germane to the conversation.
Next up, we have a car wash.
Okay.
This card also has some red squares, which means it will have a negative effect on those tiles. But crucially,
it's fucking Sudoku. We'll see.
The places we need right now.
I'm not entirely sure exactly what it is.
Select and place the car wash so that our house is given another point.
Okay. Was it right there? No.
We now have 2 points in the first column thanks to our house, school, and car wash.
It's fucking Sudoku. I don't know.
Also notice how the red
I don't think Sudoku has cards in it, does it?
Wash canceled out one of the points from the school. Now the first column is complete. Look what happens. See that? The column has been cleared. That means you bank the points from that column, which are then multiplied and added to your total score.
Yeah, I don't know. From like the look of it, I really just thought more SimCity, if I'm being honest.
Right.
Did someone pay you to play? Yeah, and points. Here, let me actually go take one real quick check on the thing here. Game list. Concrete Jungle with special consideration to play a 30-line game with each character. There you go.
The immediate aim of the game is always to clear the first column, but you'll have to plan ahead with your building placements in order to do that for future columns. Those are the basics, but let me show you what happens if you forget to place a point-collecting building in a column. Fill this column with the following non-point collecting buildings. If any building area effects spill off the side of the grid, they will have no effect. You can use this to your advantage sometimes.
Okay, and then it's like, do that sort of thing. Right? Why does a supermarket have one ahead and one behind? Well, anyway,
now we have no point collecting buildings in this column. This will likely happen.
Who the fuck suggested this? I don't know, man.
It's something you want to try and avoid.
I didn't make any. I did not keep names with whoever suggested stuff.
And not just because we have a brewery and factory next to a school. With no means of collecting points, this column cannot reach its target.
It's not suggestion,
Therefore,
shame.
It's just going to sit there while we fill up the rest of the empty land. We need to force clear it. Once the first column is filled, you'll notice this little button flashing at you. All we have to do is click it to force clear. Great! However, force clearing isn't free. It costs you 1 life. You can see how many lives you have left.
Now you're talking about Penny Arcade Dude's wife.
Make sure you use your lives sparingly. Once you run out, you'll fail the level. Now see if you can complete past this column here using the next batch of buildings.
Rex, were you the one that suggested this? Okay, so what? I need 2 points then? Just like throw the school down, right? What happens if you go over? Yeah, no, just do. Okay, I see. Is there like any sort of undo? No, of course not. Okay, so you can just build anything anywhere. Yep, I already fucked up everything. Oh? School in every slot. I think I failed the tutorial. I see what the thing is. I can't select anything later in the list, which is kind of screwed me up here. Pro tip, Hershey's factories sell broken chocolate bars in bags of like 1 kilogram for $10 or something ridiculous. Well, yeah, of course, because they don't need that sort of thing. They're just gonna like throw them away anyway. Why not just go take it? I think that makes 100% sense. So mad at me. I don't know what I'm doing. I didn't realize you had to build things in order.
Looks like you're ready for the next challenge.
Hey, cool. I didn't actually entirely fail that. All right. Solo mode, simplified. Sleepy commuter town. Okay. Not that it being broken affects the taste. Yeah, I mean, it's just like you don't want to sell broken stuff.
Such a good job at Hollyville.
Like the chocolate bars somehow merge into one massive one. Wait, what? They sell broken chocolate bars in every supermarket I've been to. Wait, what? They do?
Well, apart from the whole school, factory, brewery debacle, which was kind of my fault.
I don't know what the problem is.
I've hired you to develop in the county of Luther Fields, a small commuter town south of the city. You know what to do, just a few small differences this time. You now have 2 times as many build slots. You can now choose your next building from either of the cards in the white bracket area. Oh, the excitement! I've also thrown some new buildings into the mix. This is a green. Yes, the card is yellow. Get used to it.
Okay, I get it. Anyway.
All you have to do with the green is place it where you want as normal. Some blue icons will then appear to show you where you can apply the card's buff.
Okay. I see.
Just select where you want to apply the buff. Easy.
Here. Okay, I see. And that does not that's not point collecting. Okay. Huh.
If you decide to cancel the placement after you have clicked, you can do so by clicking the X icon that appears over the chosen build position.
Ah.
If you ever get confused about what a card does, you can right-click on any card at any time in the game to have a closer look and find out more about what it does.
Okay. All right.
You need to develop the land without running out of lives. This bar here shows you how close you are from completion. It will fill with blueness as you clear columns. One more thing.
Full of green penis.
The column target is now set at 3. Nothing you can't handle, right? Good. I'm going back to City Hall. I've got so much paperwork to do with the coming election. Catch you later.
Okay, that said, I would probably like to just reset this if I could. Okay. He's so mad at me. I don't know what I'm doing.
Since you did such a good job at Hollyville.
All right, all right. What do we got?
All you have to do with the green is place it where you want as...
Okay, so I can just do it like that, and then I can do it like, I don't know, that. There's probably not really too much point to doing that, however. Going to see if I can't figure out what's going on. Now this doesn't get points, does it, or something? Okay, it says collects points literally on the bottom. Okay. All right. But I need 3. Okay. Wait, that wasn't a house. Fuck! You know what, just kill one of these. Ah, man. Now everybody's just talking about ice in chat. What is going on? Alright, just give me the supermarket there so I can just figure out this. So you do get a combo bonus. Okay. Of course you do. I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't, really, but you know. Gotta make sure how that works regardless. No, we're talking about Constantinople. You know, you're talking about that One Day Might Be Giant song. You're not fooling me. I know how this bit works. You think you're being sneaky. You're not. Just do this so I can actually get some points there regardless. Ah. Come on. Supermarket will be able to get me there though. So let's just for right now do that. Okay. Yeah, I kind of see exactly. Yeah, I kind of see how this is going now, but it's also like still rough. Yeah. Made a big batch of Borek, Turkish breakfast bread. I am not entirely sure what that is. What are you supposed to talk about when you play what's essentially a Sudoku puzzle? No, it's more like a stack 'em blocks puzzle. I don't know what you're talking about. Also, what are you supposed to talk about? I don't know anything. I'm here. Hi, look at me. You're talking about all kinds of, stuff. Okay. I still do need one more, which is going to be, I don't know, anything really. There we go. Oh!
Excellent.
There we go. I'm actually starting to get somewhere. Unfortunately, Wholesaler, for some reason, like, they're giving me bad cards. Cool. I did not request that game. Didn't you, though? I don't know. That sounds like the sort of person who would request that game. Grapefruit District. I mean, to be fair, though, it has been like 3 hours that I've been streaming, so maybe just call it for today. Like I said, to be honest, I didn't think it was going to be a puzzle game. I thought it was going to be a city builder game, because that's what it looks like, straight up. Man, you should play Puzzle Agent instead. Do I have any like other non-played puzzle games on the thing here? No, not really. Everything is kind of every puzzle game I got on Steam right now is completed. It's like Lobotomy Corporation. No, we need more stream. It's only been 220. That's still a pretty hefty amount of streaming, I'd like to say. Lobotomy Corporation? No! That's a game that would require another 2 hours of streaming. But Doc, we want to hang out with you. You can't. I refuse. Also, you don't want to hang out with me. You want to talk about Constantinople while I'm trying to talk about whatever this game is. Because of that, I'm going to be leaving right now.